Well, what a way to kick off TVG Pacific Classic Day. Congrats and good luck later.
Thank you.
Mike?
para el rey, Rastafari, rey de la tierra, sentado en su trono de oro está. Desde allí ha de venir a juzgar a los pecadores, otra oportunidad les dará. Holy Manuel y Selassie, 12 tribus de Israel, llevando su mensaje de amor en la tierra. Una vez más, escucha bien, puedo caminar tranquilo por Babilón, sabiendo que Jah es mi protección. Puedo transitar tranquilo por Babilón, sabiendo que su bendición llega donde yo estoy. Rey de la tierra, enseñas tu amor, sabiduría, cada día de nuestros días. Rey de la tierra, enseñas tu amor, sabiduría, cada día. mira bien a tu alrededor. Rey de la tierra, enseñas, enseñas. Más valientes somos en la batalla caliente. A tu lado nos sentimos protegidos. Más valientes somos en la batalla caliente. Rastafari, tú eres el elegido, 12 tribus de Israel. Escucha bien, Rey de la tierra, enseñas, enseñas tu amor, sabiduría, cada día de nuestros días. Mira bien, Rey de la tierra, enseñas. Ya trae amor en la tierra. Puedo caminar tranquilo por Babilón, sabiendo que ya Lion, wow. Puedo transitar tranquilo por Babilón, sabiendo a quien ya bendice, ningún hombre maldice. Escucha bien, 12 tribus. Rey de la tierra, enseñas, enseñas tu amor, sabiduría, cada día de nuestros días. Escucha bien, Rey de la tierra, enseñas, enseñas a dar amor cada día de nuestra vida. Rey de la tierra. Natural mystic flowing through the air. Uy, 12 tribus de Israel, capturando el mensaje del Creador. Porque rica yo, uy, 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 Selassie, jefe en el aire, en el cielo también. La fuerza, la energía que viene del Rey Selassie se ve en el aire, en el cielo también. Su fuerza, su energía que viene del Rey. Escucha bien, como un árbol crece su sabiduría. Deja su enseñanza de generación en generación. All in cielo también. 12 tribus de Israel, por up wisdom, Salomon Shield.
Set. The rider Umberto Rispoli. And number 6 is Provocation. Owned by Speedway Stable, trained by Bob Baffert. Mike Smith is aboard. 7 minutes to post for the Torrey Pines. Are approaching the starting gate.
La paix est une conquête de mitraille, secrète loin de l'humain, souffrance d'armes et de bataille, couleur du monde dans ta main. Au simple mensonge tu attendras ton tour, à croire que l'homme repousse l'amour.
Have now reached the starting gate. It's Costa. They're at the gate for the Torrey Pine Stakes. Here's Aurelia Garland moving in. Secret Keeper. Here's Harvest Moon. And Provocation. They're all in line. They're off in the Torrey Pines. Secret Keeper and Page Ann go out to the front together and move along swiftly. Provocation joins them on the outside, and Harvest Moon will sit just behind them in fourth, racing for that first turn. And then it's Aurelia Grand on the outside, and She's a Girly Girl is last, as Secret Keeper and Abel Castillo lead the way by a half a length as they make the run to the back stretch. Provocation on the outside, running in second by another two. Then it's Page Ann in third at the rail. Harvest Moon is outside of horses in fourth and racing 3.5 lengths off the lead, just clear of Aurelia Garland and She's a Girly Girl. 22.13 was a sharp opening quarter mile here, as Secret Keeper has been joined and passed now by Provocation. Mike Smith makes a move now and takes over the lead by a neck. Secret Keeper is sticking to her, though, and now she counters, and they're side by side. Meanwhile, Flavian Pratt and Harvest Moon are just 2 lengths behind and perched outside. Page Ann has the rail, and then Aurelia Garland and She's a Girly Girl. 45.93 was the half. Around the far turn, and Secret Keeper is back in front. But here's a fresh test from Harvest Moon. Provocation has given way, and Page Ann has grabbed third from the rail at the top of the stretch. Secret Keeper off the turn, trying to hold off Harvest Moon. The two of them come to the final furlong together. Secret Keeper and Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon on the outside. Secret Keeper just keeps on fighting. Harvest Moon, Secret Keeper. Harvest Moon too good. Harvest Moon and the Torrey Pines. Secret Keeper was second. Page Ann was third. And then Aurelia Garland. Number 3, Harvest Moon was first. Number 2, Secret Keeper was second. Number 1, Paige Ann was third. And number 5, Aurelia Garland was fourth. Hold all tickets until it's official. Final time 136.87. Returning to the Run Happy winner's circle is Harvest Moon. A 3-year-old bay filly by Uncle Mo out of Caraba by Shammerdal. Owned by Bamford or Tabor. Trained by Simon Callahan and ridden by Flavian Pratt for his second win today. Harvest Moon was bred in Kentucky by Alice Bamford. Official 3215. In today's 5th race, the Patron, scratch number 5, Warpath, and number 13, Winning Prospect. Post time 4:06. They're off in the Torrey Pines. Secret Keeper and Paige Ann go out to the front together and move along swiftly. Provocation joins them on the outside, and Harvest Moon will sit just behind them in 4th, racing for that first turn. And then it's Aurelia Grand on the outside, and She's a Girly Girl is last. As Secret Keeper and Abel
production
City will lead the way.
Loot and fire alongside C-Money. Rude boy pack up in a corner with big spliff and the Empress gathering. It's a party, yes. Everybody rock and come in here tonight. Reggae-matical party, yes. Big sound swing up, man and woman lock down a whole of us. It's a party, yes. Can't see me never tell you if you stop boy. Promoter, let's you in the academy. I make we party like we catch fever. Say every night me got me bed, me have to touch many places. Last night me make a chat go to a dance hall field. Yes, Beanie Bunty, Boo, Justice, Lashango was here. Dance all I want and that we want you. Elephant in a Saxon football game. Biscuit tip on a 10-speed look like a teddy bear. Who draw the crowd attention? No princess we in here. In a high heels, fall bottom Brazilian ear. Your league she dress up in a slip and Brazil. And I say she can't find the dress she want wear. Shensi she a fire. Arrow and spear when she pass every girl disappear. It's a party. Everybody rock and come in here tonight. Reggae-matical sheet and turn on the heat and stop until the sun come. When the morning light and the place get bright, I'll bleach a face a turn down. Gangsters ride out, panic gang bite them and clear the street and run. Rasta man say fire burn. Them say we lock it off to a cup. Hey, we Babylon a try and numb. See promoter start fire now. I great smoke, it's a blowing at the sky. I know it's a party, yes. Everybody rock and come in here tonight. Reggae magical party, yes. Big sound sing up, man and woman lock down a whole of it's a party, yes. Can't say me never tell you say please stop boy. Promoter, let's in the girl them in here. And make we party like we get.
Hey, you want to come join us?
The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends.
Every day more golfers are playing TP5 and 5X. Come join us, and you'll see why.
The happier we'll be.
Another win for jockey Flavien Prat as Harvest Moon for trainer Simon Callahan takes the Torrey Pine Stakes there and onto the grass now for race number 5. We've got a dozen maidens here in this race on the turf course at a mile. Number 8, Lane's Way, the heavy choice to graduate here today. But this colt by Into Mischief has been well supported in his 5-race career, pretty much each and every time. Last out, he was the even money choice, ran second that day, but he beat the third horse by about 5. That horse named Talion came right back to win his next start down here at Del Mar. So he's overdue to have graduated, cost a lot of money. Colt by Into Mischief has obviously got some talent. Still kind of maybe determining exactly what he does best and trying to get lucky, but it seems like if not today, one of these days should be able to at least get his maiden broken. And maybe that'll happen today here on Pacific Classic Day. But a short price there with all that included. Right now, odds on for Richard Mandela and Flavien Prat, who again is having a good day so far here on the Saturday at Del Mar. So that's the obvious choice. We'll look at what else we can see here in this race with 14 minutes to go. There's a shot of number 9, 7 Charms. Brand new face, first-time starter for Michael McCarthy. That barn having a usual solid summer down here. Firster by Cairo Prince gets about 10% winners first out. That's sire by Pioneer of the Nile. You can see why they want to try him on the grass. Did cost some money as a yearling, actually, $350,000. Goes first out today under Victor Espinosa, who also had a pretty winner in the first race here today for that promising Bob Baffert firster. Here's number 10, Absolute Unit. There's some support for this guy as well, although he's had some chances as well, 8 of them. He's going to stretch out to a turf route for just the second time in his career. This is Umberto Rispoli and Peter Urton teaming up here. That barn also has had a bunch of winners down here this meet. And this horse, a little bit like Lane Way, has had a lot of seconds and thirds, but just hasn't put things together yet. Going to stretch out off a couple of turf sprints. I like that as an angle at Del Mar. Anytime you can stretch out off a 5-furlong turf sprint, it's becoming an automatic play for me. But this horse here, with Umberto Rispoli drawn towards the outside, also continues to train well. He's the clear second choice right now at 9-2. Program scratch of the 5 Warpath. Also scratch number 13, Winning Prospect. So the 14 Algeria drew in at scratch time yesterday. It's going to race on Lasix for the first time today. Again, the distance here a mile on turf, and altogether it's a field of 12. There's good support for the John Sadler trained Camaraderie, number 4 in this race. In fact, right now he's a shorter price than his stablemate, number 12 Divine Armor, who's trying turf for the first time. Camaraderie had a third here on this turf course in his U.S. debut, sent off at 11-1 that day. It'll be just his third lifetime start. There's number 1 Fire Polish for trainer Neil Drysdale, and Ricky Gonzalez had 2 winners at Del Mar yesterday. Shows up as a gelding for the first time today. This made just 2 starts prior. Was on the pace before finishing 6th last out. We saw Divine Armor, stablemate to Camaraderie. He's going to try the turf. Has had 3 seconds in 5 starts so far. He has run some pretty strong races on the dirt. They've had some trouble getting him into a race recently, but they're going to try this one on the grass. Tough post. Anything drawn particularly wide around 2 turns on the grass right now that is a low percentage proposition. Going to have to find a way to overcome a wide trip. Here's number 7, Midnight Luck in this race for Adam Kitchingman. One of the giant boxcars kinds of long shots in here. Just had 1 start on New Year's Day, got beat 60 lengths. The gelding is out of the good mare Blind Luck. Good is understating it. The multiple Grade 1 winner of $3.2 million just a few years ago, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer. Showed little in 1 start so far, so they're going to try the grass here today. Number 11 is Frassard. Here's one of our trial maidens again here in this race. He has experience. That's true. There's a couple ways to look at that. But he's got 11 starts on his record. Has been second or third 4 times. Comes out of a common race for some of these here on the grass last time. Was able to manage 4th. They've tried everything pretty much with him except sprinting. He's been on the lead. They took him back last time. Passed some horses to be 4th. Looks like the kind of horse that could easily be involved, though, in the tricks for the Tri or the Superfecta. Altogether here, a field of 12. There is an X factor in the race here. Johann Zoffen Number 6, Blacker. That's a first-time starter in this country. He shows as a gelding as well for the first time today. He's had 4 starts, none beyond 6 furlongs. That's interesting. But he began his career with 3 straight second-place finishes. Last out was 3rd. And today they pick up jockey Thiago Pereira. So he's interesting to kind of throw into the mix there, looking for some kind of a price. I know some handicappers that would never take even money on a horse like Lane Way, even though he's the obvious choice for something on which to gamble. Maybe a horse like Johann Zoffany. That barn also had a winner on yesterday's card. Here they come. Jockeys are up for race number 5. Post time in about 10 minutes. Good luck.
On the track for race number 5 with Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, Superfecta, double and pick 3 wagering, scratch 5 Warpath, and 13 Winning Prospect. Post time in 9 minutes.
Ya no sé por qué peleamos así, basta de hacernos daño, que se nos van los años. Imposible que te largues así, quédate aquí otro rato, vamos a mojar los labios. Es que no ves que nos queremos, que nuestros corazones no les gusta estar a solas, que nos mata el sentimiento y nos sobran las razones.
Gastemos todas las municiones, ganemos la batalla que aún queda tiempo, dale, vamos a echarle reto, pero cambiemos el escenario, que no quiero pelear contigo.
¿Cómo la ves?
Vamos a cambiar de casa, vamos un mes de viaje, hablemos otro idioma, bésame aquí en la calle.
Por ti cruzo la tierra, lucho con mil leones, por ti hago lo que sea, hago contigo.
Somos de pelearle con el bando, resolvamos lo mejor hablando, porque yo no estoy pa' con el lucha, siempre se guaya el que nunca escucha, y baja el rifle y no me dispare con balas locas que todo el mundo sabe que son pa' mí, todo eso me meto a la puya que me suma.
You've been dressed enough the truth. I've been dressed enough for you. Then you leave me in this room, this room. Pour a glass and bite my tongue. You said I'm the only one. If it's true, then why you running? You running. Whoa. If you really
The horses are approaching the starting gate. have now reached the starting gate. It's post time. At the gate for the 5th at Del Mar. Fire Polish coming up to the inside stall. Laneway stepping up. Forma Square, the next one. 7 Charms moving in. Western Smoke is in. Camaraderie, the next one. Here's Johann Zoffany. Absolute Unit. Here's Frassard moving into the starting gate. Divine Armor, the next one. And last to load is Algeria. They're all in line. They're off. Good even start here. It is Western Smoke who goes out to lead them. Forma Square, Fire Polish on the inside. Camaraderie came out running in 4th. And it's Absolute Unit in 5th as Flavian Pratt takes Laneway to the rail to save ground into that first turn and sit back about 6 lengths from the front. They're being followed on the outside by Frassard, and then a ground-saving run for Midnight Luck, who's just ahead of Johann Zoffany. Break of another 2 lengths more back to Algeria, racing on the outside of a ground-saving Divine Armor as they head to the backstretch. The trailer is 7 Charms. So on to the backstretch, and it is Western Smoke on the outside, Forma Square from the rail. These two stride for stride on the lead, just ahead of Fire Polish. Camaraderie is 4th on the outside. Then Laneway, who's 5th, in behind horses, passed down by Absolute Unit, who's going up on the outside to be a bit closer. After that, it's Frassard, who's got 6.5 lengths to make up. Algeria's going up on the far outside. Then Johann Zoffany, followed by Midnight Luck along the rail. Round the far turn, and here comes Camaraderie, making a move on the outside to take the lead as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. Camaraderie is taking charge here as they turn for home. Absolute Unit is second. Laneway's going to make a move on the inside. As they arrive at the 8th pole, Laneway's charging up inside of Camaraderie. Camaraderie's keeping the lead late. Laneway on the inside is coming on through, though. Camaraderie drifting out. Laneway's on the inside. These two, Laneway did it. Laneway over Camaraderie, and then it was Frassard and Absolute Unit. Laneway was first. Number 4, Camaraderie was second. 11, Frassard third. 10, Absolute Unit was fourth. Final time was 136.28. Returning to the run happy winner circle is Laneway, a 3-year-old bay colt by Into Mischief out of Corderosa by Aldebaran, owned by MyRacehorse.com or Spendthrift Farm, trained by Richard Mandela, and ridden to victory by Flavian Pratt for his 3rd win today. The winner was bred in Kentucky by GWTW Horses, LLC. It's official, 8-4-11-10. Coming up next is race 6, the start of today's pick 6, which has a mandatory payout and a carryover of more than $72,000. Scratch numbers 13 and 14 from the upcoming 6th race. Post time 4:37. They're off. Good even start here. It is Western Smoke who goes out to lead them. Form a square, Fire Polish on the inside. Camaraderie came out running in 4th. And it's Absolute Unit in 5th as Flavian Pratt takes Laneway to the rail to save ground into that first turn and sit back about 6 lengths from the front. They're being followed on the outside by Frassard, and then a ground-saving run for Midnight Luck, who's just ahead of Johann Zoffany. Break of another 2 lengths more back to Algeria, racing on the outside of a ground-saving Divine Armor as they head to the backstretch. The trailer is 7 Charms. So on to the backstretch, and it is Western Smoke on the outside, Form a Square from the rail. These two stride for stride on the lead, just ahead of Fire Polish. Camaraderie is 4th on the outside. Then Laneway, who's 5th, in behind horses, passed now by Absolute Unit, who's going up on the outside to be a bit closer. After that, it's Frassard, who's got 6.5 lengths to make up. Algeria's going up on the far outside. Then Johann Zoffany, followed by Midnight Luck along the rail. Round the far turn, And here comes Camaraderie, making a move on the outside to take the lead as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. Camaraderie is taking charge here as they turn for home. Absolute Unit is second. Laneway's going to make a move on the inside. As they arrive at the 8th pole, Laneway's charging up inside of Camaraderie. Camaraderie's keeping the lead late. Laneway on the inside is coming on through, though. Camaraderie drifting out. Laneway's on the inside. These two, Laneway did it. Laneway over Camaraderie, and then it was Frossard and Absolute Unit.
They are exactly the same.
They're identical. Actually, they're not. House 2 also has antioxidant vitamin C.
Antioxidant?
Then we'll take House 2.
Given the choice, why wouldn't you choose the one with antioxidant vitamin C? Choose Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
And the $2 pick six at Del Mar begins with the upcoming 6th race here. We're on the main track at 6 furlongs with a field of $16,000 claimers. Restricted, they've not won 2 races. It looks like Fratelli and Baby Gronk are the 2 that stand out to the handicappers here, although it's a big field if you'd like to play a 50-cent try or a 10-cent superfecta. And we do have a couple of scratches out of here as well. Take out numbers 13 and 14. The alsos don't draw in. Post time here in about 16 minutes for this first leg of today's $2 pick six. And again, a final reminder for now, with this being Pacific Classic Day, we have a mandatory payout in that pool today with a built-in one-day carryover more than $72,000. So here they are. Got a dozen to choose from in here. I did take number 7, Fratelli. It's a chalky selection. I'm not confident that he's going to be able to get this done here today, but he looks like the right horse. Question marks include the drop and this horse here with just the 3 races that he's had so far, a 4-year-old. Interesting, he won first out last fall here during the Bing Crosby season, and he won pretty impressively in a fast time for the level, got claimed and disappeared. So he must have his share of setbacks or concerns, but no doubt that he's fast enough to win a race here like this. Ran 3rd in a starter allowance back in March. Last race as a toss-out, tried the turf. So today, massive drop in for the 16. If he runs back to his best dirt races, they might be running for 2nd. Mark Ladd and Abel Cedillo teaming up there on number 7, Fratelli here in the spot. Saddle's just now going on. You're seeing a live shot of that right there as he's peeking just outside of a stall. And jockey Abel Cedillo is going to ride him again. Always a good sign, I think, when a jockey sticks with a horse when he's taken a big drop in class. Maybe just kind of erases a little bit of the doubt about their condition. So he should be tough in here at 2-1. Baby Gronk, number 2, seems like the obvious one to fear most in here for trainer Bill Spar. He's dropping a little bit in price, but not that much in class, although this is an easier spot. There's got to be some difference between a 25 non-2 and a 16 non-2, which is the case here. But they're still non-winners at 2. He's 5-2 right now. Tiago Pereira is going to ride this horse back. Has been aboard him for some time. Just ran 2nd in his last start, beating a nose. So he should be tough here in this spot as well. He's got tactical speed, although in his most recent races, they've been taking him back and passing horses down the stretch. And those 2 stand out to the bettors at 2-1 and 5-2, respectively. Looking at some of the long shots in here, number 3, Shanghai Curly, is listed as a gelding for the first time today. Price on him is 30. He's only had 4 starts, broke his maiden 2 starts back. No factor against winners last out at big odds. That was the same race where Baby Gronk had just ran 2nd. Big price there at 30. Again, the also eligible scratched out of here, 13 and 14, so got a dozen to choose from here. This race on the main track at 6 furlongs, start of our pick 6. Quite a bit of new money coming in here right now, considering that it usually piles in late. You can see the pools there on simulcast. There's number 7, Fratelli, out here for a lap in the ring. Number 10, Squared Deal, is 8-1 right now. There's number 6, Doheny Beach, coming out of some races at Los Alamitos. Tried a couple of 1,000-yard races out there. Just broke his maiden last out at Los Al. That was for a maiden 20 in a field of 6. Beat a next out winner that day. Paid a price at 10-1. Today, he's got apprentice jockey Alexis Centeno set to ride. There's number 1, Surprise Fashion, as a comebacker in this race. Tough post, but off of his best form. He's got some races that fit. Question mark today, though, coming back for a new barn off of the layoff. That race was about 9 months ago when last seen. Ran 3rd at the same class level, going 5.5 from off the pace. Looks like his style is clear, where some of the others like Baby Gronk have tactical speed. Surprise Fashion, for sure, a closing sprinter. So from the rail, just figures to drop back, angle out, and try to make one run. Shows up in the barn of Jeff Metz these days. Right now, he's 30-1. There's a shot of some pawing at the ground on number 4, All I Can Say. So a live shot of that there at 7-1 on this guy from the Val Brinkerhoff stable. In the money in all 4 of his races this year. So seems like the kind of horse you have to toss in your try or your superfecta, even if others are preferred to win. He did defeat one of these horses, the 9 Taco Waco, a couple of starts back when he ran 2nd. In fact, this horse making his 3rd start of the meet. He's had 2 races over the track, both for 16 non-2s. Last time going a mile, ran 3rd. Today going to cut back to 6 furlongs. So he should be finishing. He's going to get outrun early. Got a jockey change to one of our hot jockeys and Flavien Pratt. Here's a look at Baby Gronk right there. Looks like some tongue-tie action being completed there. Second choice right now at 5-2. Just kind of scanning my notes. I didn't have a whole lot else to add for the rest of these that's not already pretty clear in black and white. You've got a couple of standout favorites. A lot of horses in that middle of the road range here. Bam Bam again, number 5, is a class dropper. He's 10-1. He's also taken off blinkers today, so a couple of things there. Regalo, number 8, had a jockey change yesterday at scratch time to Edwin Maldonado. A couple of recent races, a little bit subpar for him, though, so he's going to have to perk up. Taco Waco, talked about him. There's Square Deal. Always been a good-looking horse, Square Deal. He's now a gelding. He was a stakes winner here as a 2-year-old, but his recent form has been in decline. So they give him a great big class drop. We'll try to wake him up here today. So he's taken a bit of action there at 7. We'll see whether or not the easier level of competition here kind of perks up his spirits, because his most recent race is not good at all. So see if he can turn that around here in the spot. Some final looks at these horses here as they're about to come out and get the riders up and go right out to the track here for the 6th race. We waste no time here in the paddock with the new process here at Del Mar. They just kind of straightforward business. They get them together, jockeys are on, off to the track they go. And you got about 10 minutes here to place your bets, including our pick 6 on race 6. Good luck.
We're now moving on to the track for race 6. The start of the pick 6 with a mandatory payout today and a carryover of $72,098. The pool is already more than $400,000. In this race, scratch numbers 13 and 14. There's also Exacta Quinella Trifecta, Superfecta Double, and Pick 3 wagering. 8 minutes to post. Are approaching the starting gate. Reach to the starting gate. It's post time. They're at the gate for race 6, the start of the pick 6 at Del Mar. The horses have now reached the starting gate and they're moving into line. Surprise Fashion steps forward to the inside stall. Here's Baby Gronk. Rogallo is in. Doheny Beach stepping forward along with Shanghai Curly. All I Can Say moving in. Square Deal will be next. Next one to come up to the starting gate will be Bam Bam Again, who will move into stall 5. Fratelli going in. And the last one is Shinny. They're all in line. They're off. Taco Waco broke well. Here's Fratelli on the inside of him. These two out to the front with Square Deal third on the outside. Break of 3, and then comes Bam Bam Again and Baby Gronk along the inside. 4 lengths to Doheny Beach, Shinny and Rogallo between those two. Surprise Fashion at the rail. Other 2 lengths back to Shanghai Curly. All I Can Say is next at a gap of another 7 lengths more back to Juju Guy. 21.93, they're motoring along, chasing Fratelli into the far turn. The leader by a length and a half over Square Deal, who's second on the outside. Taco Waco is in between horses. Baby Gronk dropping back under pressure down at the rail. Then it's Bam Bam Again on the outside, 5th. Shinny is 6th, but about 8 lengths off the lead. All I Can Say is moving a bit on the outside, but a lot of work to do as they come to the top of the stretch. Square Deal runs up alongside of Fratelli, and the 2 of them come to the 8th pole. Square Deal on the outside, Fratelli down at the rail, then Bam Bam Again, Taco Waco, and Baby Gronk. It's Square Deal and Fratelli battling on. Square Deal, Fratelli won't go away. Square Deal does it by a head. Fratelli was second, and then came Bam Bam again, and All I Can Say. And Square Deal was first. Number 7, Fratelli was second. Number 5, Bam Bam Again was third. A photo for fourth. Hold all tickets. Final time 110.37. All I Can Say was fourth. Returning to the run-happy winner's circle is Square Deal, a 3-year-old dark barrel brown gelding by Square Eddie, out of North Freeway by Jumpstart. Owned by Qatar Racing Limited or Callahan. The second win today for trainer Simon Callahan. The winning rider, Juan Hernandez. The winner was bred in California by Thomas Bachman. It's official, 10-7-5-4. Coming up next is today's 7th race, start of the late pick 5, the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, presented by the Japan Racing Association. Part of the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Turf Division. In the upcoming 7th race, the Del Mar Handicap, there are no changes, and post time is 5:07. Fratelli was second, then came Bam Bam Again, and All I Can Say.
We've been here before. Don't mess it up, talking that shit. Only gonna push me away. That's it.
Gentlemen, today's 7th race is $200,000 Great Del Association. Runner to mile and 28 scores for you 9. Golf handicap is part of the Leaders Cup Challenge. The main program is a series of qualifying races held at racetracks around the world. The Leaders Cup Challenge series is sponsored by Breeders' Cup Limited, which also hosts $35 million Leaders Cup World Championships. Run this fall at England, October 6th and 7th.
Series. The best racers from all over the world, the best trainers, the best jockeys.
You can get a free entry into the Breeders' Cup, and everybody wants to run in a Breeders' Cup race.
You get your travel.
The upcoming 7th race at Del Mar is the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, presented by the Japan Racing Association, a win and your in race for the Breeders' Cup Turf Division. A mile and 3/8 on the Jimmy Durante turf course with 3 turns here to this Grade 2 contest. And number 1 United is a standout. He's been a model of consistency for trainer Richard Mandela for LNJ Foxwoods. 1-2 right now is the price on the gelding by Giants Causeway. He's a perfect 3 for 3 in 2020. Took the San Marcos, the Charlie Whittingham, and the Eddie Reed, all Grade 2s, just like this race. This is the horse that actually ran second by a head behind Bricks and Mortar in last fall's Breeders' Cup Turf at giant odds. But that is history since then. Ran second here as the even money choice behind Oscar Dominguez in last fall's Hollywood Turf Cup, and there have been no blemishes since. Inside post, I'll give him every chance to ride the rails and save all the ground. Flavien Prat knows him extremely well. And like I say, there's just been no hiccups here with this guy in terms of his consistency. Shows up and fires his shot each and every time. So he's obviously the one to beat here in this Del Mar handicap. The impost, 126 here as far as the weight. And this is a handicap here at the 1 3/8 distance. Altogether, a field of 11 here in this race. The current second choice is number 7, Red King. Right there is number 3, Combatant, there on your screen for trainer John Sadler. And that barn sent out a stakes winner earlier today with Chaos Theory back in the green flash. The distance should be in his corner here as far as getting back onto the turf course for Combatant. Ricardo Gonzalez rides. Never has raced on this turf course before, and even though all of his wins have come on the dirt, he earned some figures on the grass last year that make him a factor. He had a couple of races in Kentucky, did not do bad on the grass, and he has not been campaigned on anything but the main track here in Southern California. So interesting choice as they'll run this horse here. Right now, he's a huge price in this race at 35 to 1. There's number 7, Red King. There's number 5, Warden Jerry from Mike Pipey's stable. This horse has had some big days throughout his career. He's got 6 lifetime wins. Winner of the San Luis Rey this March, actually. Grade 3 at 1.5 miles up at Santa Anita. But he's made 6 figures here on the Del Mar turf course, including a couple of wins, one of which was at this distance over number 7, Red King, in a race about a year ago. That was an allowance, but he's got a win in his only start at this distance here at Del Mar. And when he's on his game, he's good enough to give some of these a scare. Warden Jerry currently at 18 to 1. There's Proud Pedro next to him. He also had a win here last time at the distance. 1 and 2 other than. Seems to be doing well, getting better all the time. He's actually taken 2 of his last 3. Seems like the distance is going to be all about it for Proud Pedro. 1 1/4, 1 3/8. Those are his best races in the United States, the French bred. He's going to try to make it back-to-back wins, or trainer Leonard Powell stepping up to face tougher in here. Number 4, Big Buzz, is also doing well, but this is a tough assignment. He was second for a claiming price a couple of starts back. Last time he knocked out a starter allowance condition, was a winner. They're going to take off the blinkers today. That's interesting. Change of equipment coming off a win. They're going to step this horse up here today, obviously, in class. Here's a look at United. Still 12 minutes out here from the 7th. In front of him, you saw another mystery there, one of the big long shots here in this field. Another mystery for Michael McCarthy. There's number 10, Originaire, for Jeff Mullins. He's coming off a 5th in the Eddie Reed last time, behind United that day. Abel Cedillo's got the mount on him, with Umberto Rispoli committed to number 7, Red King, here in this spot. Originaire actually came pretty close to United a couple of starts back. That's when he ran 3rd, but was then promoted to 2nd via disqualification. That was in the Charlie Whittingham couple of starts back. North County Guy is number 11 here in this race from the far outside. There's number 9, Oscar Dominguez, for Richard Baltus. He can certainly stay the distance here, Oscar Dominguez. Race like this is right up his alley. Winner of the Hollywood Turf Cup here at Del Mar. That was actually his last win. That came in December of last year. He's only had 3 starts this year. Was 3rd behind United in the Grade 2 San Marcos, 3rd behind Warden Jerry in the San Luis Rey. So Red King bet down to the 2nd choice here right now. And distant 3rd choice is Oscar Dominguez there from post 9. Red King is going for 3 consecutive wins. This will be the mount here for Umberto Rispoli here in this race for Phil D'Amato. Seems to be getting good this summer. He was a 1 other than in May, actually. Got up to get the win that day, and then he won the San Juan Capistrano, proving that the distance is certainly to his liking. That was his last start. Siberian Iris was a mare in that race who ran second. Ward and Jerry was behind them, finishing third that day. Red King has never had a win here at Del Mar, but he's been second or third 6 times in 8 starts here on this course. Was beaten in nose by Ward and Jerry in a common allowance race here last August. There's North County Guy. A lot of these horses have already shown that they can stay the distance, but tough to match the class of a horse like United. So altogether a field of 11 here. Grade 2, $200,000 guaranteed for the Del Mar Handicap. 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf course. They'll reach the starting gate in about 10 minutes. Good luck.
The horses are now moving on to the track for the 7th race, the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, presented by the Japan Racing Association, part of the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Turf Division. This race starts the late pick 5. There's also exacta, quinella, trifecta, superfecta, double, and pick 3 wagering. 8 minutes to post time. And here's the field. Number 1 is United. Owned by L&J Foxwoods, trained by Richard Mandela. Flavian Pratt rides. Number 2, Another Mystery, is owned by Team Block Incorporated, trained by Michael McCarthy with Victor Espinoza. Number 3, Combatant, owned by Horonis Racing, trained by John Sadler. Ricky Gonzalez is the rider. Number 4, Big Buzz, owned by Brand Jam Stable, First Home Thoroughbreds or Seabold Racing, trained by Adam Kitchingman with Edwin Maldonado. The 5 is Ward and Jerry, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Larry D. Williams, trained by Mike Pipey, the jockey Mike Smith. Number 6, Proud Pedro, is owned by Benowitz Family Trust, Madaket Stables, or Matheson, trained by Leonard Powell. Juan Hernandez rides. Number 7 is Red King, owned by Little Red Feather Racing, Jacobson or Belmonte, trained by Phil D'Amato. Umberto Rispoli is the jockey. Number 8, New Year, is owned by Teamwork Horseman Group and trained by Juan Rodriguez with Tiago Pereira. Number 9 is Oscar Dominguez, owned by Messineo or Sands and trained by Richard Baltus. Drayden Van Dyke rides. Number 10, Originaire, owned by BG Stables, trained by Jeff Mullins with Abel Cedillo. And number 11 is North County Guy, owned by Messineo or Sands, trained by Richard Baltus, the jockey Mario Gutierrez. That's the field for the Del Mar Handicap. Post time in 6 minutes.
Gózalo, gózalo.
Siempre que tú me ves, ando con la combi entera, ready pa' lo que sea, bebé.
Baby, tú sabes que yo ando siempre con la cartera, te la dale, prende otro blow. Que el creepy está en la cartera, tera, y si quieres sentir presión, la corta está en la cartera, tera, baby, y esto se odio. Vamos a guayar la noche entera, tera.
Baby, tú sabes que yo siempre ando con la cartera, tera, dale, prende otro blow. Que el creepy dentro de la cartera, y si quieres meter presión, la herramienta está dentro de la cartera, beba, ya esto se odio. Vamos a guayar la noche entera.
Saca, aprende y sorprende. Dile a toda esta gente que para mí todo el año es 420. Las moñas violetas y cruyentes.
Are approaching the starting gate. Have now reached the starting gate. It's post time. They're at the gate for the Del Mar handicap. And the favorite will go in first, United. Proud Pedro coming up. Another Mystery, Red King, and Combatant. New Year, the next one. Big Buzz about to step forward, along with Oscar Dominguez. Originaire coming up. Warden Jerry, the next one. And North County Guy. They're all in line. They're off in the Del Mar handicap. United broke well from the inside. Combatant is there. Big Buzz is going to go up and grab the lead from them. And on the far outside, it's North County Guy. Break of two back to Ward and Jerry, who sits back in fifth in the early stages with New Year to the outside. And then comes another mystery who's down toward the rail. Red King is 7 lengths off the lead. Originaire and Proud Pedro are next. And Oscar Dominguez is the early trailer. So they come into the stretch for the first time. And it's Big Buzz on the inside and North County Guy. These two are stride for stride. Combatant is just to the outside of them. United in behind horses sits on the rail in fourth, just 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then it's Ward and Jerry who's going up on the far outside. Followed by New Year. Another mystery is after that. Break of another 3 back to Red King. Proud Pedro is next. And then comes Originaire. And Oscar Dominguez is last through a 25.07 opening quarter mile, as Big Buzz takes them into the turn in front. North County Guy continues to prompt the pace. Ward and Jerry is there on the outside. Combatant is fifth on the outside of ground-saving United, who's just 4 lengths off the lead as they head to the backstretch. New Year is next on the outside. Then another mystery, followed by Red King. Break of another 3 back to Proud Pedro. Originaire is next. And Oscar Dominguez, 49.94 was the half mile as they head up the backstretch. Ward and Jerry goes on with it now, takes the lead on the outside. Big Buzz back into second on the rail. North County Guy still right there in third. United and Combatant are together. Red King's moving now. Red King with an early blitz as they race for the far turn. He's moving for the front, and he's moving for the front right now on the far turn. Red King and North County Guy, these two have taken over the lead, and now Flavian Pratt brings United to the outside. He's just a length and a half behind as they come to the top of the stretch. Red King on the outside is the leader. North County Guy tries to go with him. United is third on the outside, but he still has to get to Red King with 1 furlong to run. Red King in front. United on the outside still has not gotten to him. Red King, United, late move Originaire. Red King to the Breeders' Cup. United second best under the wire. And then it was Originaire and Proud Pedro. Its final time, 2:15.75. Returning to the Run Happy winner circle is Red King. He's a 6-year-old chestnut horse by English Channel out of Your Speeding Love by AP&D, owned by Little Red Feather Racing, Jacobson or Belmonte, trained by Phil D'Amato, and ridden by Umberto Rispoli for his second win today. Red King was bred in Kentucky by Calumet Farm. It's official 7-1-10-6. This is up next. Start of the late pick 4. Scratch number 5, El Tigre Terrible. Post time 5:37. They're off in the Del Mar handicap. United broke well from the inside. Combatant is there. Big Buzz is going to go up and grab the lead from them. And on the far outside, it's North County Guy. Break of 2 back to Ward and Jerry, who sits back in 5th in the early stages with New Year to the outside. And then comes another mystery who's down toward the rail. Red King is 7 lengths off the lead. Originaire and Proud Pedro are next. And Oscar Dominguez is the early trailer. So they come into the stretch for the first time. And it's Big Buzz on the inside and North County Guy. These two are stride for stride. Combatant is just to the outside of them. United in behind horses, sits on the rail in 4th, just 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then it's Ward and Jerry who's going up on the far outside. They're followed by New Year. Another mystery is after that. Break of another 3 back to Red King. Proud Pedro is next. And then comes Originaire, and Oscar Dominguez is last through a 25.07 opening quarter mile as Big Buzz takes them into the turn in front. North County Guy continues to prompt the pace. Ward and Jerry is there on the outside. Combatant is 5th on the outside of ground-saving United, who's just 4 lengths off the lead as they head to the backstretch. New Year is next on the outside, then another mystery, followed by Red King. Break of another 3 back to Proud Pedro. Originaire is next. And Oscar Dominguez, 49.94 was the half mile as they head up the backstretch. Ward and Jerry goes on with it now, takes the lead on the outside. Big Buzz back into 2nd on the rail. North County Guy still right there in 3rd. United and Combatant are together. Red King's moving now. Red King with an early blitz as they race for the far turn. He's moving for the front, and he's moving for the front right now on the far turn. Red King and North County Guy, these two have taken over the lead, and now Flavian Pratt brings United to the outside. He's just a length and a half behind as they come to the top of the stretch. Red King on the outside is the leader. North County Guy tries to go with him. United is 3rd on the outside, but he still has to get to Red King with 1 furlong to run. Red King in front. United on the outside still has not gotten to him. Red King, United, late move Originaire. Red King to the Breeders' Cup. United second best under the wire. And then it was Originaire and Proud Pedro.
¿A dónde va? Oh, oh, hey, va.
gracias. Cuánta mierda tenés en la heladera. Cuánta mierda pasó por tu nariz. Y cuánta mierda tendrás en el culo. Cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda, cuánta mierda. Ok, pásame un yogur, Jorgito. Pásame un yogur.
Congratulations, taking the grade 2 Del Mar handicap. Talk us through that move, because we'll be talking about it for a long time.
I can't really talk too much, Brit. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it was in my mind to do that because I knew then probably the pace is going to slow down. And I want always to be my right side clear. And I knew then the horse has a stamina. The horse can go much, much further in the distance. So I was no worried about that. I was only worried when he was start to watch the big screen and pull himself up. But to see when the United come close, he comes faster. But he gave me the last push to get it.
Grade 3 yesterday on Torrey. You get your first grade 2 in Southern California today. You are top the standings right here at Del Mar. Just put it all into words for us.
Look, it looks like I'm living a dream. But, you know, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. There's Group 1 going on, so I want to play my cards. I know it's tough, but, you know, sometimes a big move like that can make you win a big race, and you never know.
Well, it worked out today. Congratulations, and best of luck with the continued success.
The 8th race at Del Mar coming up in about 13 minutes. We'll check out these horses here shortly to begin our late pick four. Scratch number 5, El Tigre Terrible. So it's down to a field of 7. This is a 2 other than condition allowance with an optional tag of 62,500 going a mile here on the main track. Everybody buzzing, though, about that win by Red King there in the 7th. Not just the win, but the ride by jockey Umberto Rispoli. What a ride there in that race. I'm sure that's going to be reviewed many times here coming up pretty soon. We've already been talking about his brilliance on the turf course, but that ride and just every decision made, and then right down to maybe he's beat in 1 or 2 more jumps. Unbelievable there. That really, really was something there with Red King and the Del Mar handicap. But now we'll talk about this 8th race. I thought the top contenders here pretty evenly matched. There's a look at number 7, Loudmouth, who's the 2nd longest shot in the field right now for trainer Steve Knapp. So it's a field of 7. I like number 3, Potantico, on handicapping. It's easy to like this horse. He's in good form. He's got 3 straight good races going back to February. Also has that man, Umberto Rispoli, to ride here today, taking over for an apprentice jockey who was on this horse the last 2 times. Had a decent 3rd behind Axeman 2 starts back. Last time a good 2nd to Dark Vader here on this track. And Dark Vader is going to be running in just about an hour in today's TVG Pacific Classic. So 9-5 right now is the price on Potantico here in the spot. It's got tactical speed, shouldn't be too far back off of the pace. I think number 1, Unbroken Star, is also sitting on a good race here today. For handicapping, took the race 3-1. This horse lost a lot of ground in his last start here, coming out of the same race where Potantico just ran 2nd, Kershaw was 3rd. Didn't run bad at all considering the loss of ground. His win 2 starts back on figures is not that far off the rest of these. There was a jockey change at scratch time yesterday to Mike Smith. That also could make a difference in the eyes of many handicappers. So I would not overlook Unbroken Star here today. He's got the rail, which I don't mind as much in a main track route as much as I would a main track sprint. Unbroken Star is taking some action here off that last race. Potantico, again, is being held at 9-5 right now. There's a look at him there inside of the paddock. That is number 8, Kershaw. Trainer Phil D'Amato and jockey Abel Cedillo teaming up there. Kershaw comes out of that same race where Petantico ran second. Was a winner at this level back in February, so he has to go for the optional tag here today. Overall, he's got a good record here at Del Mar, but obviously at the risk of a wide trip. And the comebacker, number 6, Extra Hope, maybe has the class and coming out of the best races, but a little bit of a question mark on the layoff here today. Coming back for trainer Richard Mandela, jockey Flavien Prat. In his prime, on his top form, he could be tough to beat here in the spot. Right now, he's the second choice at 3-1. Late pick 4 begins here with the 8th in about 10 minutes, then the Oaks and the Classic. Good luck.
Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world would be as one. Imagine all possession. I wonder if you care. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world would be as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, oh yes you will, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world would be as one. Oh, you may say I'm a dreamer.
Hey, honey, drop. Lick it off your fingertips. Make my body curve against the trembling pressure of your lips. Now I feel you coming up so close. Looking so picture perfect, boy, you're just the right dose. I feel you coming up so close. I feel you coming up so close. Now I feel you coming up so close. You're the antidote.
Are approaching the starting gate. The horses have now reached the starting gate. It's post time. They're at the gate for the 8th at Del Mar. Unbroken Star heading up to the inside stall. Here's Take the 101. Respect the Hustle. Extra Hope coming up. Potantico. A Loudmouth, the next one. And Kershaw, the last one. Kershaw's in. They're all in line. They're off. Potantico bobbled a bit coming out of there, and Take the 101 will take the lead. Loudmouth goes with Take the 101, and then Potantico, and on the far outside, Kershaw. And then it's Extra Hope in between horses running along in fifth as they make their way into the turn. Break of another 2.5 lengths more, and they're followed by the early trailers Respect the Hustle and Unbroken Star. So it will be Take the 101 taking the initiative here and opening up the lead by 2.5 lengths in the race to the backstretch, with Loudmouth up running in second position as they complete the opening quarter mile in 23.37 seconds. Then Potantico on the inside of Kershaw. Extra Hope is in behind them in fifth. Break of another 2, then Unbroken Star and Respect the Hustle. Up the backstretch, Take the 101 and Jose Valdivia Jr. a length and a half in front. Loudmouth tracks in second. Potantico is third. And then it's Kershaw and Broken Stars moving on the outside up into fifth, continuing to progress toward the leaders, racing for the far turn, then Extra Hope and Respect the Hustle. The half was 47.32. Around the far turn they go. Take the 101 in front by a length. Loudmouth being asked to go in second, tries to stick with his front runner. It's 4 back to Potantico in third with work to do. Then comes Kershaw and Extra Hope, and they're into the stretch, and Take the 101 is the leader by 3. Arriving at the 8th pole in the clear from Loudmouth in second, and then it's Kershaw to the outside and Potantico. Past the 16th pole, it is Take the 101 who takes him all the way. Won it by 3 under the wire to Kershaw, then Potantico and Loudmouth. Number 4, Take the 101 first. Number 8, Kershaw second. Number 3, Potantico third, and 7, Loudmouth was fourth. Hold all tickets until it's official. Final time 136.91. It's official 4837. Returning to the Run Happy winner circle is Take the 101. A 5-year-old dark bear brown horse by acclamation out of North Freeway by Jumpstart. owned by JMS Stable, trained by Brian Coroner, and ridden by Jose Valdivia Jr. Take the 101 was bred in California by Thomas Bachman. Coming up next is the 9th race, the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks. Scratch number 6, Trickle In. Post time, 6:06. They're off. Potantico bobbled a bit coming out of there, and Take the 101 will take the lead. Loudmouth goes with Take the 101, and then Potantico, and on the far outside, Kershaw. And then it's Extra Hope in between horses running along in 5th as they make their way into the turn. Break of another 2.5 lengths more, and they're followed by the early trailers Respect the Hustle and Unbroken Star. So it will be Take the 101 taking the initiative here and opening up the lead by 2.5 lengths in the race to the backstretch, with Loudmouth up running in second position as they complete the opening quarter mile in 23.37 seconds. Then Potantico on the inside of Kershaw. Extra Hope is in behind them in 5th. Break of another 2, then Unbroken Star and Respect the Hustle. Up the backstretch, Take the 101 and Jose Valdivia Jr. a length and a half in front. Loudmouth tracks in second, Potantico is third. And then it's Kershaw and Broken Stars moving on the outside up into 5th, continuing to progress toward the leaders, racing for the far turn, then Extra Hope and Respect the Hustle. The half was 47.32. Around the far turn they go. Take the 101 in front by a length. Loudmouth being asked to go in second, tries to stick with his front runner. It's 4 back to Potantico in third with work to do. Then comes Kershaw and Extra Hope, and they're into the stretch, and Take the 101 is the leader by 3. Arriving at the 8th pole in the clear from Loudmouth in second, and then it's Kershaw to the outside and Potantico. Past the 16th pole, it is Take the 101 who takes him all the way. Won it by 3 under the wire to Kershaw. Potantico and Loudmouth.
It's amazing. Up in the clouds. Up in the clouds. Well, when I smoke up the healing of the nation, my heavens start to flow. Walk and could reach my elevation. When me burn this spliff I grow. Well, I get some flipping eyes. Man can't stop, can't stop on the earth. All when the government are trying on the earth, we can't stop on the earth. Remember say a Rastafari run the earth, we can't stop on the earth. Even when the government are trying on the earth, we can't stop on the earth. Big up on the hustlers, them went on the earth. Travel hills and valley for the galley. Me and you to smoke the highest grade normally. Spend my money for herbs over Bali. Love the ganja out there, the girls love Dolly. Ganja was created by the Father naturally. How can I ever tell policeman sorry when I beer pies or cigarette them carry? Marijuana is so necessary. Rasta man can't stop on the herb. All when the government are trying on the herb, we can't stop on the herb. Remember say a Rastafari run the earth. We can't stop on the herb. Even when the government are trying on the herb, we mash and bust the pipe and rough it up. One spliff and not enough. Rasta man can't stop. Now stop on the herb. All when the government are trying to the herb. We can't stop. Now stop on the herb. Remember say a Rastafari run the herb.
About 15 minutes out now from the running of the Del Mar Oaks, the 3-year-old fillies in the paddock here for this feature on the turf course here, one race away from today's TVG Pacific Classic. And here in this race, Laura's Light looks like a deserving favorite, but I respect both of the horses coming in from overseas for Richard Mandela and also Leonard Powell. And Geety from the far outside, also a lot of support for her in here from some respectable handicappers. It's a good field of 3-year-old fillies. Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks at 9 furlongs on the turf. Guaranteed purse, $250,000. Laura's Light is the current 8-5 choice. That's number 3, Miss Extra. We've got a couple of virtual unknowns here in this race, or we know about them, but they're racing in this country for the first time, so have to consider that. Miss Extra from Richard Mandela stable. It's got Umberto Rispoli to ride. It's got a good post here for post 3. Anything that can draw towards the inside and get a chance to save some ground. She is a Group 2 winner at Chantilly in France a couple of starts back. Last time she tried Group 1 company at 1 mile and 5/16 and faded that day. Winner came back to win again. Couple of winners in that field. And they come out here. She can't have been here for long. That last race was July the 5th. So coming in here quick. Over the years in the past, horses like this have come to Del Mar and won races like this for sure. You can come in off the plane, as they say, and take some of these stakes races. We've seen that years in the past. So that kind of filly, I would take her seriously in here. She's got 3 wins over there in France, French-bred filly. Right now she's held at 4-1. Here's a camera shot of the other shipper, number 8, Neige Blanche for Leonard Powell. Is going to race on Lasix here today and has got jockey Flavien Prat. Winner of a Group 3 in France in her last start. This is also a French-bred filly, racing in the United States for the first time today. She's taken 3 of 6. And that last race was her first try in group company. And she did walk away a winner. In terms of the distance here, that last race was at 1 mile and 3/8. This race at 9 furlongs. That means this is going to be her shortest race. Neige Blanche, So far, 1.25 miles is the shortest distance that she's covered in those 6 starts over in France. So that's a little bit different there than Miss Extra, who before her last race had not been beyond 1 mile. This race, of course, at 9 furlongs. So a couple ideas there about the 2 French-bred imports. And here's Laura's Light, deserving favorite here in the spot. It's hard to knock this filly. Loves to win, 5 for 7, very consistent. She's going for 3 consecutive wins. Took the honeymoon at this distance. Last time took the Grade 2 San Clemente, sent off at 6 to 5. For today, a couple of things, if anything, to question in terms of whether or not she could get beat here. The distance and the post. Being drawn towards the outside at the risk of maybe saving some ground. The far outside posts in turf routes have not been the place to be. And even though she won the honeymoon, I think that the consensus is at 9 furlongs. It's possible that that might be stretching her as far as distance. But that's being tough on her. She's taken 5 of 7. She's done virtually everything asked of her, and she's a deserving favorite. So right now it's 9-5 at Laura's Light for Peter Miller and jockey Abel Cedillo. There's a better look at Miss Extra right there. Got her custom saddle towel in place. There's number 2, California Kook. Peter Miller's got 2 in here. I just saw him running over to saddle the other horse here. He's busy in this race here. Current leading trainer. And Ricardo Gonzalez was named on this filly at scratch time yesterday, coming off a second in an allowance race here for straight 3-year-old fillies. That race was won by number 1, Carpe Venum. Third place finisher was Red Lark. All 3 wind up back in this race. In fact, Red Lark is a supplemental nominee here to the Oaks. Laura's Light holding at 8-5. Warren Showtime's got a big look in here. That's number 4, and we're looking at her there. Jockey Mike Smith is going to hop on her for the first time today. That's the first thing. The second thing, this is a graded stakes race, and that jockey has got that kind of reputation. This filly also likes to win, and the added distance should be to her liking. Not before today has she had a chance to go beyond 1 mile and a 16th. I think the full 9 furlongs is going to help a horse like Warren Showtime in here. She was closing, finishing with interest, when 3rd behind Laura's Light in the San Clemente last time. Daughter of Clubhouse Ride from the good mare Warren's Veneta. So she's part of that running family, especially on the grass. 9-2, I could definitely see her here. And she should be a factor late. That's Warren Showtime there. Be good to see a California bred do well in a Grade 1 race like this here, the Del Mar Oaks. Daughter of Clubhouse Ride. There's Carpe Venum. We talked about her. Going to step up here and try the big girls off that allowance win last out. Same thing with number 5, Aqua Seaform Shame. Interesting placement here. They're going to give her a shot. Her last race at 5 furlongs, so getting all the distance here, stepping up into Grade 1 company. She did beat Older last time, I'll say. Doesn't have a whole lot of experience, but plenty of talent. Big price right now for Richard Baltus at 25-1. Parkour and Geety, a couple of those that I haven't had a chance to cover. Parkour basically ran off on the lead last time. That was back in May in the honeymoon. She's a front-running type, but she went maybe just a little bit crazy on the lead last time. But she was a gate-to-wire winner when she broke her maiden here last December, and she won an allowance race 2 starts back, so that's just her style. Jockey Giovanni Franco rides for Richard Mandela. There is support for Geety. Leonard Powell's got 2 horses in here, numbers 8 and 11, and both French-bred fillies. But Geety has been here for a while. Del Mar fans know her. She won her first 2 races in this country here last summer and fall, and she was a strong closing second behind Laura's Light last time in the San Clemente. Reasonable to assume that with added distance, she could be even closer here, but she was 5th in the honeymoon, 2 starts back behind Laura's Light. She just perked up with a very strong effort here on this course last out. You could argue that her best races in the United States by far have come right here at Del Mar. The disadvantage for Geety's got to be the post. She's at risk of losing ground there from the far outside. So that's a look at most of the contenders here for the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks for $250,000 guaranteed. Here come the riders, and they'll be at the gate in about 8 minutes. Good luck.
The horses are now moving on to the track for the 9th race, the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks, with Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, Superfecta, Double, and Pick 3 wagering. Scratch number 6, Trickle In. Post time in 7 minutes. And here is the field for the Del Mar Oaks. Number 1 is Carpe Venum, owned by MyRacehorse.com or Platts, trained by Phil D'Amato. Aaron Greider is the rider. Number 2 is California Kook, owned by Barber or Wachtell Stable, trained by Peter Miller with Ricky Gonzalez. Number 3, Miss Extra, owned by Jathier or Lazare, trained by Richard Mandela. The rider is Umberto Rispoli. Number 4, Warren Showtime, owned by Benjamin and Sally Warren, trained by Craig Lewis. Mike Smith rides. Number 5 is Aqua Seaform Shame, owned by Calvin Wynn, trained by Richard Baltus with Ruben Fuentes. Number 7, Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners Red Lark, is trained by Patty Gallagher, and Drayden Van Dyke is the rider. Number 8 is Neige Blanche, owned by Madaket Stables, De Saru or Nafy and Partners, trained by Leonard Powell with Flavienne Pratt. Number 9, Parkour, owned by Ellen J. Foxwoods, trained by Richard Mandela. Giovanni Franco is the jockey. Number 10, Laura's Light, owned by Gary Barber, trained by Peter Miller with Abel Cedillo. And number 11 is Geety, owned by Benowitz Family Trust, Madaket Stables or Matheson and Partners, trained by Leonard Powell. Juan Hernandez rides. That's the field for the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks. Post time in just 5 minutes. Are approaching the starting gate.
Blackbird, I feel so alone without you, boy. And now I'm here hanging out in the street, thinking about reactions over action, walking on the sky of my dreams. Come on, baby, come, I will show you the world. Come on, baby, come, I will cover your nightmares. Come on, baby, come, I will love you forever. Come on, baby, come, I will not let you go. My love, I just feel so lost without you, boy. I'm yours even if time has passed. Take me away from this impetuous world, leaving this tale of my mind. Come on, baby, come, I will show you the world. Come on, baby, come, I will cover your nightmares. Come on, baby, come, I will love you forever. Come on, baby, come, I will not let you go. My soul is in Africa with you, boy.
Have now reached the starting gate.
Come on, baby, come, I will show you the
It's
world.
time. They're at the gate for the Del
Come
Mar
on, baby, come, I will cover your nightmares. Come on, baby, come, I will love you forever. Come on, baby, come, I will not let you go. My soul is in Africa with you, boy. Looking at the stars on this diamond
Into the
sky.
starting gate.
Giving you my smile, see you in your mind, floating on
Carpe
the
Vino.
blazing eyes. Come on, baby, come, I will show you the world.
California Coupe stepping up. Here's Miss Extra. French fillies going in. Red Mark the next one. Aqua Seaform Shame and Neige Blanche. Parkour coming up. Waiting for Laura's Light and Geety. Just one left to load here. Geety to take the outside stall. Steps up and in. They're all in line. They're off in the Del Mar Oaks. Laura's Light broke very well. Aqua Seaform Shame goes with her. It's these two to make the early pace here. And then it's Warren Showtime. Parkour to the outside and down toward the inside is Carpe Venum, who's away running in fifth position. Break of another two to Red Lark. Then it's Geety to the outside. Another 2 lengths back, and Miss Extra is down toward the inside of Neige Blanche. And then California Kook at the back of the pack. So it's Laura's Light who waits no longer here under Abel Citio, and Laura's Light is going to take the lead and open up the lead by 1.5 lengths. Parkour is second on the outside. Aqua Seaform Shame is third. They went 24.26 for the first quarter mile. Then Warren Showtime on the outside. Carpe Venum is fifth and racing 5 lengths off the lead. 2 back to Red Lark. Geety is next on the outside by 2.5. And then Neige Blanche and Miss Extra. California Kook at the back of the pack. 48.14 was the half mile for Laura's Light, who leads the field up the back stretch in front by 1.5 lengths to Parkour in second. Aqua Seaform Shame third on the inside. Warren Showtime is fourth alongside of her. And then it's Carpe Venum in behind them. Red Lark to the outside. Miss Extra saving all the ground. She's got 7 lengths to make up. Neige Blanche is alongside of her. Geety's out there 3 wide, and California Kook around the far turn. Laura's Light is the one to beat. Warren Showtime up into second. She's a length behind as they come to the top of the stretch. Red Lark is third. Parkour is fourth. Here's Warren Showtime to the front. Taking over the lead here. Red Lark's going to run with her. Laura's Light has given way. Then Neige Blanche and California Kook flying from the back of the pack, but it's Red Lark. Red Lark and the Del Mar Oaks over California Kook. Warren Showtime was third, and Neige Blanche was fourth. Seven, Red Lark was first. Number 2, California Kook was second. Number 4, Warren Showtime was third. Number 8, Neige Blanche was fourth. Hold all tickets until it's official. Final time 148.64.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya.
7248.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who
To the Run Happy Winter Circle is Red Lark. 3-year-old Bay Filly by Epaulette, held to Firecrest by Darshan. Run by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, trained by Patty Gallagher. Winning jockey Drayden Van Dyke. Red Lark was bred in Ireland by Mrs. S.M.
so typical of me to talk about myself. So I hope that you will.
They're off in the Del Mar Oaks. Laura's life very well. Upward C-form shape goes with her. It's these two to make the early pace here. And then it's Warren Showtime. Hardcore to the outside and down toward the inside is Copy the Up.
Remotely, in most cases, it's a big shot in the arm for people that don't have much other of an outlet. So it's huge. I commend all the racetrack managers and executives and everybody that's essential out here putting the show on day in and day out across the country, across the world. The fact that we're able to continue to race is huge for the industry, for everybody associated. So this is, we got to keep it going.
That we do. Congratulations to you, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
As an owner, I love the Breeders' Cup winning your in series.
To win one of these challenge series is a way that we kind of map out our schedule throughout the year with our horses.
If you win one of the challenge races, you have a very good horse.
The King George, which is our winning your in race, provides the top middle distance horse in Europe. We saw Highland Real running both races.
We know when we show up at the Breeders' Cup, we've got the world to beat, not just everybody in the United States. Breeders' Cup Challenge, win, and you're in.
Well, it's about time. Just 14 minutes away now from today's Grade 1 $500,000 TVG Pacific Classic. A mile and a quarter, of course, here on the main track at Del Mar on a very warm and summery day. Maximum Security for Bob Baffert, of course, the overwhelming favorite in this race and the recent winner of the San Diego. And right now we're looking at number 1, Midcourt, who finished a close second to the big favorite in this race in that effort last time, and a very important return to form. Midcourt started to get good last fall during the Bing Crosby season. We saw him take the native diver here by 6 lengths last November, and he continued to climb. He won the Grade 2 San Pasquale in February. He was a close third in the Santa Anita handicap at a mile and a quarter. That's also important because he has never won here at this distance, and some of the others figure to appreciate all of the ground. Then he misfired at 2 starts back. They took off the blinkers and the Gold Cup at Santa Anita. This horse has a tendency sometimes to just kind of get absent-minded and just not brake. When he brakes and gets out there sharply and keeps pedaling, he's got that high cruising speed, he just keeps coming and coming, and he can be tough. But when he loses focus early or just has to do too much, it just, against these, he's had some blemishes. So with that effort, 2 starts back was a toss that put the blinkers right back on. They used his speed last time, came within a nose of holding off Maximum Security. So the start is going to determine a lot for the result here of Midcourt in this race here today. Victor Espinosa fits him well to keep him focused, keep him going here for the entire race. There's number 4, Dark Vader, for trainer Peter Urton. He was an allowance winner here during the second week of the season. That was a 2 other than condition allowance. Consistent horse, but for a Grade 1, this is obviously a tough assignment. He's obviously come back to train well. That's a look at him right there. He does have Umberto Rispoli to ride back again today. Third in the Triple Bend sprinting. And he's only had 2 starts this year, so might be sitting on a big race, the third of his form cycle here this afternoon for Dark Vader. Did have that third in the Triple Bend. Last year was second in the Cornhusker. That's a Grade 3 race at Prairie Meadows. So that's him there with the bright pink blinkers, obviously one of the long shots here. Second choice is Higher Power. And there's a good look at Maximum Security. There he is there. Again, gutty winner of the San Diego handicap by a nose last time when he packed 127. The takeaway was that he was not 100% that day, but found a way to win. And that's what we've heard a lot of people say about this horse. Doesn't do anything easy, but boy, is he a racehorse. And there's obviously a lot more to the story, some of which I don't think it's appropriate to touch on here, so I won't. But in terms of coming into the Classic here, no question about the 1 1/4. Let's see what we can see of some of the others here on simulcast. Here's number 3, Miranoc. This is the Argentine import here for this race. Spectators got a glimpse of him about a week ago when he actually had a workout here in the afternoon before the races. Some of those that have seen him in the mornings observe that he can run all day, but very one-paced as far as that goes. Not a whole lot of speed. Just gets in one gear and kind of goes the whole time as far as that goes. But that gear is not a bad one. Argentine won 4 of 9 with 4 seconds down there in Argentina. And had a couple of seconds in Group 1s going on the grass at 1 1/4 and 1.5 miles. Well, here they come. The defending champ is Higher Power. Don't forget he won this race last year. Horses like Skimming and Tenner's Way over the years have repeated down here at Del Mar. The 1 1/4 definitely to his liking. I think was just getting warmed up in the San Diego the other day, and he's the second choice here, distant second behind the big favorite, Maximum Security. Leaving the paddock for the TVG Pacific Classic. 10 minutes. Good luck.
The horses are now moving on to the track for the 10th race, the Grade 1 TVG Pacific Classic. And here is the field. Number 1 is Midcourt, owned by CRK Stable, trained by John Shiros. Victor Espinoza is the jockey. Number 2 is Higher Power, owned by Baronis Racing and trained by John Sadler. Fabian Pratt rides. Number 3 is Miranyake, owned by Parque Patricios Racing Stables, trained by Maria Munoz. Tiago Carrera rides. Number 4, Dark Vader, is owned by the estate of Sharon Alicia. Burris Racing, or Seattle Racing and Partners, trained by Peter Urton. Berto Rispoli rides. Number 5 is Maximum Security, owned by Gary and Mary West. Magner, Tabor and Partners, trained by Bob Baffert. Abel Cedillo rides. And number 6 is Sharp Samurai, owned by Red Baron's Barn. Rancho Temescal, Platt, trained by Mark Platt. Kevin Hernandez is the jockey. That's the field. The TVG Pacific Classic. 7 minutes to post time. are now approaching the starting gate. Horses have now reached the starting gate. It's post time. They're at the gate for the TVG Pacific Classic. The first one to step forward here is Dark Vader. Mirinyake has moved into the starting gate. The Argentine Invader is in. Here comes midcourt. Here's last year's winner, Higher Power. The favorite, Maximum Security, goes in. And Sharp Samurai, the last one. They're all in line, and we're ready for the start. They're off in the TVG Pacific Classic. Maximum Security had a very good beginning. Sharp Samurai goes with him on the outside, and these two will set the pace. Higher Power, Mirinyake right behind them, and then Dark Vader on the outside. Midcourt is at the back of the pack early, riding the rail as they race by the stands for the first time, where Maximum Security leads the way. Sharp Samurai glued to him in second. Higher Power is third on the outside, racing for that turn. And then it's midcourt, who's moved up a couple of spots after a 23.93 opening quarter mile. Mirinyake is second last. Dark Vader is the trailer with 7 furlongs to run. Maximum Security is the leader. Maximum Security by 3/4 of a length. Sharp Samurai tries to cling to him early. Maximum Security looks like he's doing it easily at this point. And then it's Higher Power, who's on the outside and edging up closer under Flavien Prat now. And Higher Power's going to be close up to Maximum Security for the run up the backstretch. They went a half mile in 47.98 seconds. Easy second quarter there for Maximum Security. Higher Power now takes him on 3 wide. Sharp Samurai between those two hangs in there. Midcourt fourth, 2 lengths off the lead. And then it's Dark Vader and Mirinyake. Maximum Security on top as the field moves for the far turn. Sharp Samurai has been battling him the whole way. Higher Power is outside of horses. Midcourt is down at the rail, just 2 lengths off the lead, and then Dark Vader. Around the far turn, Maximum Security, Sharp Samurai just won't go away. He's still just a neck back midway on the far turn. Midcourt has moved up into third. Higher Power is fourth. And they're into the stretch, and it's Maximum Security off the turn in front. Sharp Samurai has run a big one today, but with 1 furlong to run, Maximum Security has the lead. He's opened up by 2. Sharp Samurai is second, behind Maximum Security, who takes them all the way in the TVG Pacific Classic. Won it by 3 lengths over Sharp Samurai, and then it was Midcourt and Higher Power, and a final time of 2:01.24. Sharp Samurai was second. Photo for show, hold all tickets, final time 2:01.24. To the Run Happy Winners Circle is Maximum Security, a 4-year-old bay colt by New Year's Day out of Lil Indy by Anna Sheed, owned by Gary and Mary West, Magner or Tabor and Partners, trained by Bob Baffert, his second win today, the winning jockey Abel Cedio. Maximum Security was bred in Kentucky by Gary and Mary West Stables. Today's 11th race offers Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, Superfecta, and Super High 5 wagering. Scratch number 8, Southern King. Post time is 7:05.
On the beach in Hawaii, hey, I wish you were here with me, walking on the beach in Hawaii.
They're off in the
playing
TVG
on the
Pacific
golden
Classic.
sand,
Maximum Security had a very
looking
good
at
beginning.
the ocean. Now I understand.
These two will set the pace. Higher power.
Love is like the open sea.
Vader on the outside. Midcourt is at the back of the
And I wish you were here with me.
For the first time, where Maximum Security leads the way. Sharp Samurai glued to him in second. Higher power is third
On the beach in Hawaii.
Midcourt has moved up a couple of spots after 23.93 opening quarter mile. Mirinyake is second last. Darth Vader is the trailer with 7 furlongs to run. Maximum Security is
Since
the leader.
you've been gone away, I think about you every day. Don't you know I miss you much? And you know I need your touch. I'm on a rocky cliff.
It's
to get the real feeling.
Turn in front. Sharp Samurai has run a good one today. But with one furlong to run, Maximum Security has the lead. He's opened
And
up
I
by
wish
2.
you were
Sharp
here
Samurai is
with
second
me.
behind Maximum Security, who takes them all the way in the TVG Pacific Classic. Won it by 3
On the
lengths over
beach
Sharp
in
Samurai.
Hawaii.
And then it went Bedford and higher power, and a final time of 2:01.24.
In Hawaii. I wish you were here with me on the beach in Hawaii. I wish you were here with me on the beach in Hawaii. I wish you were here with me on the beach in Hawaii.
Maximum Security takes the Grade 1 TVG Pacific Classic with winning trainer Bob Baffert. Bob, you've been saying quite a bit what an emotional victory this was for you today. Just describe getting this horse, the preparation, and on lead up to a performance like that.
Well, the thing is, you know, what this horse has been through, you know, the West, what they've been through with this horse, you know, losing the Derby and all the bad press that went with it. And it's not the horse's fault. But this horse, one thing I wanted, I felt a lot of pressure because I don't want to be the guy that slowed him down, you know. And so as a trainer, to me, it was a challenge. But I got a really healthy horse. When they sent him to me, I got a very healthy horse, and there was never any doubt since I started training him that he's a really good horse since he was been breezing. And you saw it today. I mean, he just galloped around there, and you know, and came back, didn't even take a deep breath, and so. But that's the kind of horse he is. He's just built like a just powerful horse, but he's light on his feet. And once he broke, and I saw him out there, he was just galloping around the track. But the great ones do that.
Some have said today was about redemption, about him getting respect. Do you think he earned that respect today?
Well, I mean, he's never lost respect. I've always had a lot of respect for him because I was chasing him earlier. I chased him last year, and you know, I couldn't beat him. I chased him at Saudi Arabia. He showed to me that was one of the best races where he was beat and he just willed it. And but this horse now, I think he's I've learned a lot about him. I figured him out and on my own, and so I have a great team. And we were expecting something like this. You know, I knew he could get it done as long as something drastically didn't happen at the start.
Congratulations, Bob. Maximum Security taking the Grade 1 TVG Pacific Classic.